Hello everyone. Today we will start a new topic, that is heredity, and the topics to be covered are: what is heredity, inherited traits, Mendel's experiment, loss of inheritance, sex determination, and evolution. In unit reproduction, we have studied about how new organisms are being reproduced, and now we will study that how new traits are being passed from one generation to other generation. Before we start related to heredity, previous lesson, that is reproduction, the links are given in the description. Please, you can go through those links to listen the classes of reproduction. We have studied that a reproductive process usually gives rise to individuals that have some new characters in spite of similarities that they share with their parents. So when it comes to an offspring, you will see the few characters from father, few characters from mother, and you will see even few new characters. So how these characters are being transmitted from parent to offspring, that you are going to study in this unit. By the way, let us take some examples. Now, think of your own family, that what similarities do you share with your father and with your mother? If you take some examples or some traits like color of the eye, color of your hairs, shape of the nose, shape of the face, type of earlobes, etc., you will find out some similarity. To understand better that how these traits are being transferred from parent to offspring, let us understand first what is heredity. Passing on of physical or mental characteristics genetically from one generation to another generation is called as heredity. In simple terms, we can define in this way that passing of trait from parents or ancestors to the offspring is also called as heredity. The branch of science that deals with the study of heredity is called as genetics. Inherited traits. A trait or character that is genetically passed down from one generation to another generation, they are nothing but they are called as inherited traits. So what are the things which we are going to observe in these inherited traits? Few of the examples are a common body design, hair color, eye color, height, eye lobes, shape of the feet, etc. So these are few examples related to inherited traits which we see from one generation to another generation. As I told you, that passing of traits from parents or ancestors to offspring is called as heredity. When we were discussing a topic related to reproduction, I have clearly mentioned that why reproduction is important. The first important point was that for the existence of that particular species, reproduction is important, and the second most important point was that the traits will be carried from one generation or transferred from one generation to another generation. So let us take one example. If you see an elephant, it gives birth to an elephant. If you take a fish gives birth to a fish. If you take a giraffe gives birth to a giraffe. If you take a lion gives birth to a lion. But you will never find a lion giving birth to elephant, or you won't ever find that an elephant is giving birth to a lion. So how these traits are being transferred? Let us take one more example. Assume that your friend saw you as well as your father, and after that he is saying that your nose is similar to your father, then what do you say? You say that this was inherited to me from my father. So the first question what we get in our mind is that how do these traits get inherited? So to understand it in a better way, some experiments were conducted. So Gregor John Mendel is father of genetics, who started studying inheritance in a pea plant. He kept a count of individuals exhibiting a particular trait in each generation by crossbreeding. That means he took a pea plant and he saw what were the traits which were carried from one generation to another generation. So let us see the experiment which was conducted by Gregor John Mendel. Mendel's experiment. Mendel with his experiment with pea plant found out the principle based on which it can be guessed how characters or traits can be inherited or passed from parent to offspring. So how these traits are being inherited from parent to offspring, that we are going to see in this experiment. So here, before we start the experiment, please keep it in your mind that the trait which was took in this experiment is height of the plant. That means he took two pea plants. One plant was tall in size, the another one was dwarf or short in size. So he took two pea plants, one was tall and the other was dwarf, as you can see in the picture. So height was the trait which he observed. So height was the trait, one was tall and the other was short or dwarf. So he cross-pollinated the tall pea plant with the dwarf pea plant. So what is cross-pollination and what is self-pollination, that we have discussed in the video which is related to reproduction. If you want to see, the links are given in the description, you can go through it. So he was really surprised to see the result. So he saw all the plants were tall in F1 generation. That means in F1 generation, the result which he got, the remaining, the plants which he has placed, new plants. So in that F1 generation, all the plants were tall in size. So F1 generation is also called as first filial generation. That means they are nothing but they are the offsprings. So he was surprised to see that when one tall plant and one short or dwarf pea plant was cross-pollinated, the result which he got was all the plants were tall in height. By the way, he was surprised to see all the F1 generation was resembling one parent. So the F1 generation was resembling only one parent, that is tall plant. They were not resembling the second parent characters. Now he took one of those plants from F1 generation and self-pollinated. So the four plants which you can see in the figure in F1, that is filial one, first filial generation, he took one of the plants from that F1 generation and he went for self-pollination. And when self-pollination took place, then he was surprised to see the result again. Then he saw out of 4, 3 are tall and 1 was dwarf. As you can see in the picture, when self-pollination took place, out of 4, 3 were tall in size and 1 was dwarf. So the trait which was hidden in F1 generation was expressed in F2 generation. Now the question raises here that in F1 generation, why the trait, that is dwarf, was not exposed, and why it was exposed in F2 generation? What happens here? So to understand this topic very clearly, first you have to understand the concept of dominant trait and recessive trait, which will be discussed in the upcoming video, that is the next video. So please, those who are watching the video, please do subscribe, share and like the video, and thank you for watching the video.